This is your 2019 Infiniti Q60 and exclusive to Canada, we've got the I line. Let's go perks, quirks, and irks. So right up front, a perk for me is how the turn signals take the place of the day runners. Rest of the lights are in LED, but it still looks really cool to have that entire day runner replaced with the turn signals when you use them. Big black front grille replaces the silver one on the I line. 20-inch black custom wheels for the I line as well. I don't really like them because they kind of stand out to me, the weird reasons. Most rims are either flat or they're kind of pushed inwards, but this one goes outwards. There's a nice look at it from a side profile, and you can see just how, I guess, how out it goes, and it's a little weird for me. There is some side badging here. That's the I line logo right there. The S is red on this trim as opposed to silver on the others. A nice little decorative piece here, kind of a small little hockey stick shape. Let's take a look at the side profile. Not much has changed for the past couple of years. Still looks very, very sharp to me. I really like it. Let's go around the rear. You got big twin tailpipes, as you will see right there. Turn signals in red in the rear. Kind of wish they were orange, but that's just me. Your unlock button for your trunk is on the driver's side, which I think is a good move there. Taking a look at the trunk itself, I'll put some boxes in to give you an idea of just how much space you have, and the space goes all the way to the back of the seat, so you got a little more there. And I left the right side empty so you can kind of just get a bit of a visual again as to how much space you have, and I believe it's 246 liters of cargo space, so not too bad. You can't put a lot of stuff in there, but you can still put some stuff in there, and you know, some beats none any day of the week. There's a nice look at the outside. Again, good shape. I've always liked the Q60 shape, and yeah, so let's get off the outside. Again, not much to talk about because not much has changed. Again, the big differentiators here, are the blacked out grille, 20-inch rims. Oh, one other small little thing, there's a tiny little carbon spoiler on the rear. Almost missed it, it's so small, but it's black so it stands out. Subtle, I like it, not too bad. Okay, we'll be right back with an inside look at the 2019 Infiniti Q60 I line. Since there's a ton more horsepower, we should probably take a quick peek under the hood, which is what we'll do right now. Here is this massive 3.0 liter V6 engine, 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. It's Infiniti's new VR engine, and most of you know, and if some of you don't, you'll know now, their VQ series of engines were extremely popular in a lot of their models for a very long time. But yeah, the new VR engine, tremendous, very powerful, very responsive. We'll get into more of that on the drive portion. 2019 Q60 on the inside. This is an Irk. I don't like this little extension. It makes it really hard to reach over and grab as well. Hard to get the seats forward, so you pull that little tab there. Back of the seat goes forward. You push this little button, and slowly but surely, the seat will move forward. As that's happening, let's take a look in the rear. 2+2 fixed headrests. Not too much space in the rear seats, as the case is with any coupe, but you can put people back there. You just got to get your driver and your passenger sitting a little forward. Okay for short trips, not the best for longer trips. To get the seat back, latch up, seat back itself, push the button, and slowly but surely the seat will push itself back to whence it came, to quote a famous Toronto hockey analyst. Back to this being an Irk, the seat's back and it's kind of just in the middle here, so you got to muck around with it to get it there. Anyways, let's go to a perk. I love the door handles because you can go right through, and it's not completely straight. It's on a bit of an angle, kind of like that M850i I had a couple of weeks ago. Nice looking inside of the door panel. I like that they have the Bose Performance Series 13 speaker set in this vehicle. Sorry, not in this option, in this vehicle. Very sharp, very loud, very crisp. Take a look at the actual seats. The side bolsters are massive. If you want to be hugged a little bit by Infiniti seats, just push that. Let's take a listen. I guess, and a look. Anyway, that tightens that up, and to undo it, push down, take a listen, and that's the air coming out. Side bolsters, not too bad. Let's take a look at what you have probably seen before. If the wheel looks familiar, it should, because it's a carryover. If the dashboard looks familiar, it should, because it's a carryover. If the infotainment system, you know where this is going. It's a little slower than the modern ones. I would take an upgrade between one of these or these. Don't need them both at the same time, but give me a faster, more updated, modern infotainment system first, then flip me a new dashboard. I like this because it's functional and you can really see everything nicely, but it's one of the little more modern at some point. Cool thing, perk for me, the badging on the gear shift, very nice. An irk for me is the right hand of the passenger, left hand of the driver. Where they rest is not even with the center armrest. That's a little, oops, that's a little lower than this, so you get that weird, not quite centered feeling. I'm not really a big fan of it. A little bit of space in there for, you know, maybe a wallet and a pack of gum. Let's see. Yeah, pack of gum, not too bad. Sunroof, let's take a look. Lets the air in the cabin, or not, that's not true at all. Lets a little more light in the cabin. That was almost a pretty big flub. Wow, flub. Anyways, the seats, you can get them in white, you can get them in black, or my favorite, you can get them in red. I would opt for red on a black exterior. That's my ideal color combination. An irk is to get to the heated steering wheel, you gotta hit climate, and then that button. If you have gloves on, might be a little hard to grab that. So I wish there was a button like right in the middle, or, you know, any hard touch button. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up the inside. Again, not a lot has changed. Still very comfortable, good, safe, and yeah, kind of a classic. Looks nice, but I wouldn't mind the upgrade again. That's my first choice. That's my second choice. That's my third choice. In a perfect world, I'd get all three at the same time. We'll be right back with the drive portion of the 2019 Infiniti Q60 i-Line. Definite perk with a seatbelt. It's got power assist. I'm gonna unlock myself, take a listen. Kind of got stuck there, but anyway, you could hear the power assist. And when you put it on, it does that little kind of huggy tighten thing that some luxury cars do. So definite perk on that side. Still don't like that. 2019 Q60 i-Line. Let's go over some standard safety. Forward emergency braking, predictive forward collision warning, rear cross traffic alert, blind spot warning, and a 360 camera. But in reverse, right side of the upper screen is your 360, left side is your straight ahead backup camera. These are optional on all trim levels. It's kind of an irk for me. Blind spot intervention, lane departure warning, lane departure prevention, distance control assist. From a mid $60,000 vehicle, I would have liked to have seen all the safety features included. And, you know, I can understand on the entry-level Lux, the mid-level Sport, but to have what's fairly common in the luxury automotive world not included on a top trim, it's a little puzzling for me. Moving on, let's talk about the engine and the power. So it's their new VR engine, as we saw earlier in the video, 400 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque through that 3-liter V6 twin-turbo engine, 7-speed automatic transmission. Pop the lever to your left, and that's how you get in middle manual mode. And it's also got paddle shifters as well. The car is planted very well, handles turns and corners and twists, and anything but straight very, very well. Also does the straightaways very well. Steering feel is a little on the dull side for me. I would have liked to have seen a little more life into it. That said, it still drives very well, but for a Q60, I would have liked to have seen just a little more oomph into the 2019 model year, especially with this new i-Line. And it's meant to be, you know, Lexus has the F, and BMW has the M, and Acura has their A spec, and yeah, I figured with the Infiniti for their new i-Line, I would have liked to have seen just a little more tweaking aside from just straight horsepower and torque. But, you know, having said all that, the car still drives very well. It feels sporty. You know, it looks great. It drives well. I will give it that. I'm not saying it drives poorly. For what it is and what it does, it drives very well. In my personal preference, I would have liked to have had a little more, like I said, a little more life into the steering feel for the Q60. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a sec. But now we're back. The seats are very comfortable. That's one thing that Nissan/Infiniti do very well. They'll give you extremely comfortable seats. Great for road trips, great for sitting in traffic. Those are kind of the two big extreme examples here. Infotainment, yes, it's old and outdated, but it's still easy to use. I find everything to be laid out nicely. I've had a week with the car. I know exactly how to get to everything that I need. Navigation, for me, it works well. Pulling on your information from the dashboard, again, very easy. Yes, it's an old dashboard, but, you know,
as much as I want a new one, I don't have any problems with the old one. Driving modes, there's a lot of them. Personal, Sport Plus, Sport, Standard, Eco, and Snow. Eco, I don't even bother. It just completely takes away from the driving experience. And some people may want Eco just to save a few bucks in fuel, and if that's what you want to do, that is absolutely fine. I don't specifically recommend it at all. I just find that the car really slows down a lot when you're in Eco mode. Snow, you know, it's an all-wheel drive car, and you want to put it in snow mode for a little extra traction, go right ahead. Let's do a quick foot down. The car goes. It is very fast. The shifts are very quick and very crisp. I will give Infiniti that. Full marks there all the way. Very quick. So, you know, you need to get out of a potential dangerous collision situation. You know, no problem. Just throw your foot down and you are absolutely fine. The other modes, you know, you want to get the most out of the engine. You know, you throw it in Sport, Sport Plus. Personal lets you control, dial in your specific motions and preferences. Anyways, that's gonna pretty much wrap the video up on the 2019 Q60 i-line. I like that Infiniti is pushing ahead with this, and it's something that I hope gets them a little more sales, and I hope that they look at doing some upgrades sooner than later to the interior, specifically infotainment dashboard. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna come do a quick stop because, well, can't stop the camera while I'm driving. That's just unsafe. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate the support, and we'll be back sooner than later with our next review.